Sadhguru, Flowers on the Path. Full summary. Introduction. Every whisper of truth carries the power to awaken. Every quiet moment has the potential to shift your entire perspective. And every step on the path, no matter how small, is a flower waiting to bloom. This video you're watching right now is not just a summary. It is an invitation, an opening, a mirror, a breath. You see, in a world that runs faster than the heartbeat of silence, we've forgotten how to pause. We've mistaken achievement for fulfillment. We've learned how to exist, but not how to live. And this is where Flowers on the Path by Sadhguru finds us, not to add more information to our minds, but to dissolve the illusions that separate us from what we already know deep down. This isn't just a book, it's a bouquet of wisdom. Each chapter a petal, each story a scent, each insight a touch of truth that nudges you back into alignment. So before we begin, if you feel a longing to go beyond this moment, to walk this journey with open eyes and a quieter mind, take a deep breath with me. And if you'd like to experience Flowers on the Path in its full depth, you'll find a link in the description below. Every video I share is a seed of awakening. Your one click helps this energy reach more souls. Now let's walk gently and pick up each flower one by one. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a possibility to be explored. We are conditioned to approach life like a puzzle, find the missing piece, fix what's broken, chase what's not here. But what if life was never broken? What if it was never meant to be solved, but simply lived, tasted, embraced? Sadhguru invites us to drop the lens of judgment and pick up the lens of wonder. A child doesn't wake up with a 5-year plan. They wake up to explore the world with bare feet and wide eyes. Think of the last time you watched the sunset without taking a photo, just watching. That's not solving, that's being. Practice today, pause for 60 seconds. No phone, no goals, just be. Let the wind, light, and silence teach you something no words can. The mind is a powerful servant, but a terrible master. Sadhguru reminds us that our suffering doesn't come from the world, it comes from our own minds. Thoughts racing like wild horses, dragging us into past regrets or future fears. The mind is a tool, but we've let it become our dictator. Have you noticed how, even on a beautiful day, a single anxious thought can ruin everything? You could be surrounded by peace, but your mind insists something's wrong. That's not reality, that's mismanagement. Someone cuts you off in traffic, your body is safe, but your mind spins a story. They disrespected me, I'll show them. The suffering isn't from the car, it's from your thinking. Practice, start labeling your thoughts gently. Thinking, then return to your breath. Do this for just 3 minutes daily. Slowly, you'll see the difference between you and your thoughts. Your identity is your limitation. Most people say, "This is who I am," as if it's a sacred truth. But Sadhguru shows us that what we call identity is often just a collection of habits, beliefs, wounds, and labels. And each of those creates a wall. You are not your job. You are not your past. You are not even your name. You are the awareness behind all of it. The moment you cling to identity, you shrink the vastness of your being into a tiny box. Have you ever said, "I'm not the kind of person who meditates," or "I can't dance"? That's not truth. That's an invisible chain made of words. Practice, write down 3 statements you believe about yourself. Now ask, who told me this? And is this still true? Then burn the paper. Watch who you become when you're no longer boxed in. Freedom is an inside job. We chase freedom outside. More money, better relationships, fewer responsibilities. But Sadhguru flips this around. Real freedom isn't the ability to do what you want. It's the ability to remain untouched, even when life doesn't go your way. This isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about not being ruled by them. True freedom is when your joy is no longer hostage to external conditions. Imagine being in a room full of angry people and still feeling a calmness in your chest. That's power, not dominance, inner sovereignty. Practice each morning before checking your phone. Whisper to yourself, "Today I will not give my peace away." Write it, feel it, live it. Joy is your natural state, not a reward, not a goal. Sadhguru gently reminds us, joy is not something you achieve, it's something you are. Think of it like the sun. Even when clouds cover it, the sun hasn't disappeared. It's just hidden. In the same way, your joy never leaves you, it only gets buried under thoughts, expectations, and conditions. We say, "I'll be happy when," but joy is not a transaction. It's a state of being that blooms the moment you stop interfering with it. Have you ever laughed uncontrollably with a child or during a silly moment? That laughter didn't require permission. It came naturally, because in that moment, you forgot to be someone. Practice for 5 minutes today. Dance like no one's watching. Don't perform. Don't look in the mirror, just move. Let your body remember that joy doesn't need a reason. 6. Spirituality is not a lifestyle, it's life itself. In today's world, spirituality is often packaged. Mala beads, incense, mantras. But Sadhguru asks, what happens when your entire existence becomes spiritual? When every breath, every step, every word is rooted in awareness. True spirituality isn't what you do, it's how you are. It's walking into a room and bringing presence, not just perfume. It's looking into someone's eyes and truly seeing them, not scanning them. You don't need a yoga mat to be spiritual. If you wash your dishes with full awareness and no resistance, that moment becomes meditation. Practice, choose one mundane task today, washing your hands, closing a door, sipping tea, and do it in absolute presence. Feel the texture, hear the sound, be there fully. That is spirituality. The body is not the enemy, it is your temple. We often swing between two extremes, indulging the body or ignoring it. But Sadhguru offers a middle path, reverence. Your body is not just flesh and bones, it's the doorway to experience. Without it, there's no taste, no music, no love, no life. Spirituality does not mean escaping the body. It means being in such harmony with it that it becomes transparent. You see through it into something deeper. When you eat mindlessly, your body feels heavy. But when you eat with gratitude and attention, your body responds with energy and lightness. Practice before your next meal. Pause for 30 seconds. Close your eyes. Silently thank the earth, the farmers, the cook. Then eat slowly. Chew fully. Let food become sacred again. Silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of truth. In the spaces between your thoughts, there is a well of silence, not emptiness, not boredom, but truth. Sadhguru writes that real wisdom doesn't shout, it whispers through silence. Most people are afraid of silence because it brings them face to face with themselves. But if you stay just a little longer past the discomfort, you'll meet a version of you that is free, vast, and beautifully quiet. The most powerful conversations in your life may not have come from words, but from a moment of eye contact, a hug, a pause. Practice every night. Sit in darkness for 5 minutes. No music, no phone, just sit, breathe, and listen. Not to anything out there, but to the space in here. Relationships are not for comfort, they are for transformation. We often look to others to complete us, fix us, or soothe our wounds. But Sadhguru flips this illusion. He says relationships are not meant to make you feel safe. They are meant to reveal who you are, not always in pleasant ways. A true relationship is a mirror. It reflects not only your beauty, but also your fears, your insecurities, your ego. It's not about finding someone perfect. It's about being willing to grow in the face of your own imperfections. Think of the last disagreement you had with someone close. Did you defend your ego, or did you allow yourself to listen, to shift, to soften? Practice. The next time conflict arises, pause and ask, what part of me is being revealed right now? Journal about it. Don't blame, just observe. Transformation begins in awareness. You are not the doer, you are the possibility. We are obsessed with control, plans, timelines, achievements, but Sadhguru reminds us, you didn't choose your heartbeat, you didn't create the sun. Life is happening through you, not by you. When you release the false identity of being the doer, life flows effortlessly. This is not passivity. This is participation with grace, like a flute that doesn't make music, but allows music to pass through it. Have you ever had a moment where everything just clicked? An idea, a conversation, a decision without effort. That's alignment. That's life playing through you. Practice, close your eyes and whisper, I am not the doer, I am the doorway. Let this become a mantra throughout your day. Watch how life flows differently. Your suffering is homemade. This may be hard to hear, but it's liberating. Sadhguru says, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Life throws storms, yes, but it is you who holds onto the lightning. The problem isn't the emotion, it's your resistance to it. When you accept the moment fully, the suffering melts. What remains is clarity, energy, truth. You receive bad news, the pain is real, but the endless stories you create, why me? What now? This always happens, that is suffering. Practice, when emotion arises, whisper to yourself, this too belongs. Don't fight it, don't feed it, just sit with it like a friend in the dark. You'll be amazed how fast it shifts when you stop trying to control it. The path is here, now always. We wait for signs, for gurus, for perfect moments, but the truth, the path is right where you are. Sadhguru doesn't ask you to go to a mountain, he asks you to open your eyes. Right now, wherever you are, kitchen, office, hospital, bed, garden, this is the doorway. You don't need a new life, you need a new way of seeing life. A monk doesn't find peace in a cave, he brings peace into the cave. It begins inside. Practice, whisper to yourself, this moment is enough. Let it be your starting point. Smile not because everything is perfect, but because you're finally awake to what is. Conclusion. So now, dear soul, take a breath. You've just walked through a garden of truths, some petals soft, some sharp, some familiar, some confronting, but all of them yours. These are not just Sadhguru's words. These are echoes of your own wisdom, forgotten perhaps, but never lost. You don't need to remember every idea. You only need to remember yourself, the real you, the you that existed before fear, before doubt, before identity, the you that smiles without reason, breathes without effort, loves without conditions. This book, Flowers on the Path, is not an instruction manual. It's a sacred mirror. It doesn't tell you where to go. It shows you who you already are. Now the question is, will you carry this flower with you today? Let your steps become softer. Let your presence become medicine. Let your silence become music. And most of all, don't wait for the path. You are the path. You are the flower. Every story I share is like lighting a small candle in a dark room. If your heart feels a little more open, your breath a little deeper, your mind a little quieter, then this moment was not just content, it was connection. If you feel ready to explore even deeper, you'll find a link in the description where you can get your copy of Flowers on the Path by Sadhguru. Every purchase supports this channel, and more importantly, it supports your own journey back to presence, purpose, and peace. Take a deep breath now, and just imagine, what could your life become if you treated every step as a flower blooming beneath your feet? Thank you for watching. If this message touched you in any way, please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment below, and sharing this video with someone who needs it. Your support helps this energy reach more hearts across the world. Stay rooted, stay open, and may your path always be full of flowers.